Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Slate. It's week 14 style. Nate, we are getting closer to the playoffs, baby. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. Hell of a weekend of both college and NFL football bled into Monday and Tuesday. We're excited about it, though. Lions, big win over the Bears. I know it's not your favorite thing in the world, but hey, they're both playing right where they should be. Mid-first-round draft pick. They'll take an inside linebacker from an SEC school. They'll cut him after 4 years. It's a tradition unlike any other, baby. We're almost there.
Don't do that to my Bears.
I'm gonna.
All right, we'll get into that. Thursday night, first game on the slate, Patriots-Rams. I'll start on this one, Nate. I wrote a blog, said the Patriots were done about 3 weeks ago. Bill Belichick starting to really prove me wrong. Cam Newton, a little 45-0 victory versus my LA Charge versus my Justin Herbies. Wow, was that an onslaught performance by the Bill Belichicks over there in Foxborough. But the Rams beat them this week. I think the Patriots ride. They rode real high, but they're going to fall this week to the Rams. I do think Jared Goff is horrible. I don't know what's going on over there, but I think that defense is good enough to stop the Patriots at home.
Yeah, I got the Rams in this one. I think Patriots catching lightning in a bottle a little bit last weekend against a Chargers team that, hasn't been all that outstanding all year long. Rams are playing for a lot. Seahawks lose last weekend. Suddenly we got to tie atop the NFC West. I think the Rams are ready to go on Thursday night. I think they're ready to take over first place in that NFC West. I think they look good doing it too. I think they look real good doing it.
We forgot the little ba-da-ba-ba. What do you say?
Key matchup of the week.
Key matchup alert. Let's stay on the Patriots here. Can they make the playoffs in your eyes?
Yes, I think they can.
Playoffs?
They need a lot of help, Mike. They need a lot of help at 6-6. We're talking about an 8-4 Colts team that holds the last playoff spot in the AFC right now.
Yeah,
and we're talking about the 6-6 Patriots. Come on. Got some ground to make up.
I wanted to write him off, but then I wrote him off, and Bill Belichick said, "Mike, hold on. I'm the best coach to ever live. I'll get Cam Newton to where I'll drag his ass to the finish line to where he needs to be." But at the same time, you're right. They could win. If they win this game, they have a good shot. I think Jared Goff, if he plays like he is, the Patriots do have a chance of winning this game. Jared Goff needs to figure it out. Sean McVay needs to get him going and get this team back to where they were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I just think there's a huge difference in between winning this game and winning this game, meaning they're going to make the playoffs. There's just a lot of ground to make up. They have a game against the Jets still before the end of the year, so that's always a big one. We'll see what the Pats can do. But if they want to make the playoffs, Mike, they've got to win this one.
Yes,
I'm of that opinion. Of that opinion. They have to win on Thursday night.
I'm looking up the line real quick. Do you have the line?
Last time I checked, I want to say we had Rams -4. Is that still the case, or is that line gone up a bit?
Rams -5.
Okay.
Currently.
If I were a betting man, I would take the Rams -5 in this one. If I were a betting man, I don't do it. I don't want to lose my money. But if I were a betting man, Rams -5 and hammer the under. I don't even know what the total is, but two teams like that, take the under, man. Holy cow! No points. No points.
They're playing on the fast turf though, Nate. Fastest turf in the NFL.
Rocket ship.
I'm still gonna take the under or the Rams -5 in this one. Any other key points to our key game? 1 of 4, 1 of 3.
Key points to the key game. Biggest key point I would have is Cooper Kupp. I think first round of the playoffs, I believe, is what this is. For me this weekend, gonna need you. Even if you're just catching some 5-yard, like little out patterns. It's a PPR league. Need you.
Yeah.
Need you to make some grabs.
Cooper Kupp, my key pick to click in this game is Aaron Donald because Cam Newton doesn't move as well as he used to. I know you could say it's an easy pick, but this dude is pure dominance. It doesn't matter who lines up in front of him. They triple team him. He's still ripping through. Aaron Donald picked a click in this game. Other than that, that's it for our first key game of 3.
Matchup.
Patriots, Rams. Nate, we are on to our second key game. Give me a.
Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum.
And also put the swoosh in there. We have another special guest, our second special guest ever on the show. Clap it up for Ronnie Krasalovic. He is a former Division I baseball player, as well as our first guest, Dan Rutan. He was a professional baseball player for a teeny bit over there in Lake Erie, over in the Cleveland area. He's a massive Cleveland Browns fan. We brought him on for the Monday Night Football game, Ravens-Browns. Ronnie, how are you doing? And how are your Browns doing this year?
I'm doing great, and the Browns are doing great. And like I said, I haven't said anything on the show before, but like I've said to a lot of people around here, believe in the Browns. And now that the Browns are for real, it's unbelievable. I watched this show from last week, and I heard 3 people on this show talk a lot of S about the Cleveland Browns. And Baker Mayfield said, let me just hang 38 points on the Tennessee Titans in the first half. Yeah, okay, you can say, 28-3 in the second half. Titans come back. Maybe they shouldn't have fumbled the ball coming back. But you know what? Big-time game from a big-time team. This is real, and this is the Cleveland Browns right here, baby. This is the Cleveland Browns.
So I don't know if I'm a believer of the Browns still. But
no one is, and that's why. That's the greatest thing about
when the Bears made that run in 2018, you were with me all the time. I mean, I love seeing fans that are so passionate about their team when their team does well. Like, I know that feeling. I got absolutely crushed by the double doink. But you guys are you're going to the playoffs, and I know that feeling. It's an incredible feeling. You feel like your team is unstoppable. They can't be touched. Super Bowl, all this jazz. But Ronnie, the AFC is tough. I want to get into the Browns Ravens. What are your key points to this game?
Okay, this is a little crazy, but the Ravens have the Browns number. All right, they run this hurry up offense where Lamar Jackson gets it going with a little option, little J.K. Dobbins. They run a lot all the time. The thing about the Browns is that this hurry-up offense that they run, the Browns can't stop it. When the Browns defense goes quick and they can't sub, they got people huffing and puffing on the D-line, that's when they're most vulnerable, and that's when they give up the big pass play. And that's the scariest thing from, being a Browns fan is watching that and, having a real take. Like, my fan take is, okay, Browns by 40, and they're going to take it down. My fan take is that. But in a real game, actually analyzing the Browns, that quick offense that the Ravens run is the Browns demoralizer. It's going to be score for score. It's probably going to be a shootout, but I mean, I have to pick the boys. I got the Browns by 3.
I think the Ravens are due for a win, but at the same time, I'm going to pick the Browns in this game. Last week they showed me a lot. I really thought that they were going to lose by 14-20. But maybe this is a magical year for them. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl. I don't know if they beat Patrick Mahomes or Big Ben. But, I mean, they have the opportunity, and that's all you could ask for as a Browns fan. Nate, what do you got?
Ronnie, do you feel like this defense is finally, doing what everybody thought it was going to do all the time? Like, do you feel like we're there finally?
In a way. Okay, The D-line is legit. But it's like – the D-line's legit, the linebackers are okay, and the secondary isn't that good. It hurt at the beginning of the year. They lost Grant Delpit, who was going to be a huge help to an Achilles injury. They lost him. And then, Denzel Ward wasn't playing that great at the beginning, has picked it up a little bit, but then he was out the last week. The secondary isn't very good, and that's the scariest part you can throw on the Browns. And that's why, Mike said stuff about the Chiefs playing the Chiefs possibly, Browns, I can't think that way. It's like the Eagles game they played a couple weeks ago. You have to watch the full 60 minutes of the game to make sure the Browns actually win. When 60 minutes is on and the Browns game's over, that's how you know that they won the game. But, during the game and thinking that far ahead, I can't even think that far ahead. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I'm getting off
the West Coast.
Browns,
the West Coast, Ronnie.
Has been good.
They do find a way to just scare the shit out of Browns fans, though. Every game.
Oh, yeah.
They try to find a way to lose, but this year they're winning.
That's the thing. Like, people are saying, 8-3, they're not for real. Like, who they play at any time? I don't care who they play. They don't make the schedule. If they play and they win a game, they win a game.
It's hard to win in the NFL in general.
They came through. They won 4 games in 3 years total.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this year they've won 9. This is unbelievable. It's like a Christmas present that's early. It's the craziest year. There was this newspaper cartoon clip. There was this guy sitting on a victory fridge with his beer and his Browns shirt on, and the whole world is like in flames next to him. And it's like, Browns win, life's great. Like, it was, it's surreal to think that they're actually like this good. Like, you think about Jacksonville, okay? Talk about Jacksonville right now, 1-10. 2 years ago, AFC Championship. Like, the league flips. You can get good once in a while. The Browns haven't been good. Like, it hasn't flipped to them to be good ever. Well, not ever, but 2007, 10-6. My senior year of high school, 2014, they were 7-4, and then lost to Buffalo, and then they put Johnny Manziel in, and then they lost the last 4 games. They haven't been good in a long time. They haven't been good since the last playoff game, 2002.
I see the
passion. The playoff game, 94. Like,
see the passion in your eyes. Are you I did write a blog about the best defenders in football, and I had Myles Garrett up there. I think he's finally playing to that number 1 draft pick potential. Yeah, right. Speak about that for a little bit.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, honestly, he's been good the last 3 years. I mean, he's been the best player on their defense the last 3 years. Even when he was a rookie, he was the best player. Football Reference has him as their best player. They link, like, every year they say their best guy for the team, and Myles Garrett was the best player rookie year. Last year was Nick Chubb. This year, I don't know who it's going to be, but like, Myles Garrett is the real deal. Like, I know he doesn't get a lot of pub because it's Cleveland and they've been bad, whatever. Aaron Donald, one of the best rushers. Khalil Mack, you know about him, real good rusher. But Myles Garrett has had 10 sacks in the last 3 seasons, and he's still going for this year. And he missed 2 weeks because of COVID this year. So I think he's the real deal. He just didn't get a lot of pub because the Browns haven't been good. And, that's not his fault, but I know last year when he hit Mason Rudolph over the head, and I know he considered not playing football anymore. I'm just glad that, as a fan, I'm glad he's back on a D-line, and he's raising hell. Like, that D-line's been really good.
Don't sleep on Taki.
No, he had that great interception. The pick 6 was great. That was awesome too. But he's got the most fun name to say. I can tell you that. Yeah. It's so much fun to say his name. It's nothing to do with his football skill, but it's funny.
Nate, who do you got in this game?
Oh, I get the Browns in this one. I get the Browns. I'm flipping from last week when I was like, I'll label myself as such. I was not a believer last week. You're referring to me. I thought the Titans were going to run the ball between the tackles for 60 minutes, and they were gonna walk out of there with a win. However, the Browns are impressive. I think they do it again on Monday night. I feel like Baker Mayfield. Switching to the offense, we talked a lot about the defense. Baker Mayfield is doing what he should always do, which is hand the ball off for the majority of the time and then, like, set up plays where he's got time to find the read that's going to be open. And that sounds so simple, but, like, he is best when he's got his one primary target and a dump-off man. He's got the opportunity to hit that primary target. We've been running the ball between the tackles. We've been setting it up. He's a good game manager. He's a good game manager, and he's doing it well this year. It's been key. They've been pounding the rollout and the play action, and that's the running game is just it's been unbelievable. That's what makes the play action so good. I know they only had like 160 yards rushing against Tennessee, but they were throwing the ball like crazy. But it's because they have the threat of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They don't have that threat if you only have if you have mediocre running backs. You don't have that threat of the play action, and they've used that so much better than last year. Like the team has just looked totally different than last year, with the play calling and the trick plays and, just trying to get everybody involved. And, I want to say this too. I don't know if we'll get on the topic, but I want to say it real quick. People blame, Odell Beckham. Oh, they're doing better without Odell Beckham, whatever. He single-handedly won that Cowboys game, back in week 6 or whatever it was when they played Dallas in Dallas. That guy, I feel bad
I feel bad for him, and I hope they keep him because he's still a legit player. But there is that vision that they think. Like Dan Orlovsky said this on ESPN. He said, you're always thinking before the snap, where's Odell? Where's Odell? And the defense. But that was another thing the defense had to think about too. So I hope they get a chance to keep Odell, but I don't want him to take any blame for this. Like people saying in national media, whatever, like, oh, it's Odell's doing, Odell's gone. That's why they're playing better. That's just not the case.
Yeah,
that's fair enough, Ron. I think that's fair enough.
A great.
I like it.
You gotta back your boys. You gotta back your boys.
Yeah,
Nate.
Absolutely. A great take. We do have to move on. Texans at Bears. Let me start on this one.
Oh boy.
The Bears had a chance. If they beat the Lions, they had a chance to make it to the playoffs. It is now crushed. I am crushed. Here's the deal. I think if they would have won that game, you would have got Bears fans' hopes up again, and then you play Green Bay at the end of the year and then get stomped on, and you would have got knocked out of the playoffs by Green Bay. So would I rather have it this way? No, because I hate losing. But at the same time, the Bears, they need to fire everybody. I'm sick of Ryan Pace. I'm sick of Matt Nagy. It's a joke. He's a salesman coaching football. He's an Arena League coach. He doesn't know what he's doing. And do I think Mr. Trubisky – I feel bad for Mr. Trubisky. I think he's a good quarterback anywhere else. It's time to go – what are you laughing at? It's time to go back to the drawing board.
I'm laughing at you. Fire everybody. We got an arena football salesman as a head coach.
We do. It's an absolute disgrace. They're playing the Texans this week. Yeah, we're going to see the Deshaun Watson, Mr. Trubisky graphic. I get it. You know what? The Bears are probably going to – no, I'm going to pick the Bears because it is the Texans, and I don't know what's going on there in Houston. But, yeah, I'm going to pick the Bears. I want them to lose because I want the draft pick at this point. But at the same time, like Ronnie said, I hate losing. So I'm going to pick the Bears. I'm still going to watch them every week. I just won't get as psyched, which sucks.
I'm going to ride with you, Mike. I told you I'd continue to ride with you. I'll ride with you on the Bears. I got a big Bears win this weekend. No Will Fuller, which means they're going to show better than the Lions did on Thanksgiving Day. I got the Bears in this one in a low-scoring affair. It always is.
Take the under.
Victory. They'll get it done. But take the under.
But they did cover the over.
Savings, baby.
They did cover the over against the Lions. That was kind of a shootout. I was very surprised.
It was.
Ronnie, what do you got on this game?
I got the Bears too. I don't have a lot on the Bears. But I know the Texans aren't that great. But you got to watch out, man. J.J. Watt. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Bears probably by like 3. It's going to be real close.
Yeah, that's – I mean, I don't even want to talk about it at this point. On to the Cowboys-Bengals. Yikes. Is this your old game, Nate? Nate, you can start with this one.
Gross. Tell you what.
Just not much to say.
Cowboys are a 4-point favorite. I know lines are always a little bit more condensed in the National Football League. You don't see any of these big, like 29.5 points like you see in college football. But the fact that the Cowboys, if I would have told you at the beginning of the year, Joe Burrow's hurt, not starting at quarterback, they're starting Brandon Allen at quarterback. The Cowboys are a 4-point favorite in Cincy. If I would have told you the Cowboys were a 4-point favorite in Week 14, you'd have been like, what happened? And what happened was there's no Dak Prescott. The Cowboys are bad, man. They're bad. Game. But I have the Cowboys winning.
Yeah,
right in the thick of things in the NFC East.
I'm going to make this quick. I got the Cowboys. That's all.
I got Bengals were trending upward until Burrow got hurt. And now they're going downward. They just lost to Miami last week. Cowboys.
Yeah, easy enough. Cardinals-Giants. I like this game. I have the Washington football team as my favorite team in the East. I've been saying this for a long time. I want them to make the playoffs. But the Giants, wow. Talk about defense. Their defense is trending upward fast. They have been all year. They've been slept on, by me included. I don't care. I'll admit it. I still don't believe in the NFC East. I don't care what you tell me. They're going to lose this game to the Cardinals. Yeah, they had their first big up win. This is what's going to happen. They got their fans all up here. And then Kyler Murray, who needs a win, this is a must-win game for the Cardinals, is going to shove it down their throat.
I like that pick, Mike. I like that pick. I like the Cardinals as well in this one, but don't sleep on the New York Football Giants. I think there's a halfway decent chance those boys are hosting a playoff game in East Rutherford come January. I don't know. They're playing halfway decent football, which is new.
Yeah.
That is new. I tell you what, but I like the Cardinals in this one. I think Kyler Murray kind of gets back to his formidable self, running the ball a little bit, flinging it around the field. I like the Cardinals by 13 in this one.
Colt McCoy action, huh?
Colt McCoy, baby. The Colt McCoy led New York Football Giants.
Former Brown. Colt McCoy.
Former Brown.
Ronnie,
One of 17 starters.
hey, Ronnie, what do you got?
I actually have the Giants in this game. Larry Fitzgerald may come back because of COVID, but they're flying cross country. I got the Giants.
Okay.
Wow.
Giants are 5-2 in their last 7. That's all I got to say.
Giants improved to 6-7. You're saying?
Yes. It's going to be a dogfight for that NFC East. I know NFC least has been the joke, but they could possibly get 2 teams because Washington and New York are now the 1 game back from the 7th spot in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh,
that's so crazy. Vikings at Bucks. Yeah, again, another team that is trending upward. And just like they did last year, started off last year 0-3. This year started off brutal. But I think the Bucks take care of business here. And, yeah, easy. I think it's going to be a pretty handily easy win for the Bucks. Almost lost to Mike Glennon and the Fighting Necks last week.
I like the Bucks as well in this game. I think the Vikings are doing themselves favors by playing well, getting Justin Jefferson a lot of touches, but still losing because I think they need. They're missing a piece. They're missing a piece there in Minneapolis. Pick 10 to 12. Find yourself a formidable defensive piece. I think that's what the Vikings need in this draft. I think they stay on that path with a loss to Tampa Bay. I think Tom has a sense of urgency. Week 14 here. I think it's about time for Tom to have a sense of urgency. Bucks are going to be playing real good football here down the stretch.
I agree with the pick, Bucks for sure. Dalvin Cook, really good player. I got to say that though. Yeah. Dalvin Cook, really good player, but Bucks defense. Bucks need to win this game. They don't win this game. It's kind of a disappointing season. They spent all this money for Fournette, Antonio Brown, Tom Brady. It doesn't look good. Bucks need to win this one. I got the Bucks, though.
Here's my game of the week. Broncos-Panthers.
Oh, gosh.
An AFC showdown. No, sorry. AFC, NFC. But, yeah, I don't even know if this game will be put on Red Zone, let alone my TV.
I tell you what, that involves somebody getting into the Red Zone. If we're gonna watch it on Red Zone, somebody's got to be on the doorstep to score.
I will tell you what they did put up a fight against the Chiefs.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Ronnie, talk about. Do you got anything on this one?
Oh well, I same concept as Arizona, New York, Denver flying across country. I don't think Drew Lock is very good.
Neither do I.
Obviously he's making $1 million and makes, I'm sitting in my parents' basement right now. But as an NFL quarterback, I don't know if he's that great. I think, but the Broncos obviously played really well last week against the Chiefs. But I still Panthers. Even though Christian McCaffrey, whatever, like Panthers though.
Yeah.
It's a game. You're right about that.
Here's another Titans-Jags. Let's talk about the Jags for a second. They've been in so many close games this year. That's got to be so devastating as a player. Like, let alone the Jags don't have any fans. Let's be honest. I've never met a Jaguars fan in my life, but I've also never been to Jacksonville. But the Jags are just atrocious as far as completing games. But I could see them being one of those teams to have a nice turnaround next year because they are losing very, very close games week in and week out. They held in with the Packers. Held in with the Vikings, almost beat the Vikings. I mean, every week I'm always watching the Jags saying they're winning at some point in the game all the time, but then they find a way to lose. Titans must-win game. Titans win. Derrick Henry puts on a show for my fantasy team in the playoffs. Titans.
I like the Titans in this one. I think the Jags for some reason, I've got this sneaky feeling that the Jets are going to find a way to win a game.
Yeah.
And the Jags could really use Trevor Lawrence. Man, they could really use Trevor Lawrence. They got some playmakers. The defense keeps them in games from time to time. They got Mike Glennon running behind center right now.
What are we doing?
And they're staying in football games. I think the turnaround call is a nice call for them next year. But I got the Titans winning this one. Titans need to win. Need to win bad.
They say the Steelers are the worst 11-1 team of all time. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are the best 1-10 team of all time.
Yeah.
But I still got the Titans.
Easy enough. Here we go, Nate. Our third premier matchup, our third and final. Colts at Raiders. Dan Rutan's not on the show, but his Raiders almost lost to the Jets. Colts, Raiders, this is going to be a playoff game in itself. I do have – Phillip Rivers has been great these last 3 weeks. I don't know if you've paid attention, but he's been all over the field throwing dots. I think the Wisconsin faithful are going to like what they see in the backfield. I think they're going to run the ball really well, and I think the Colts beat the Raiders. I had the Raiders making the playoffs, but the last 2 weeks they've shown me that something's going on in Raider country over there in LA or in LV.
LV.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
I like the Raiders in this one.
Okay.
I like the Raiders in this one. Feels like, must-win territory. John Gruden's going to have them ready to play. I think Waller is bringing himself into the same kind of talking points when it comes to tight ends as kind of that upper echelon in the league. Man, the Raiders are an exciting team to watch. I like that they're starting to get Henry Ruggs a little bit more involved in the offense. I think he opens up a variety of things in the playbook when you start to get him in space. I just think, Indy's got to travel out to Vegas, play the Death Star. I got the Raiders in this one, a tight football game. I'm going
to agree with you on the tight football game, but I have the Colts. I think Colts D is just really good. But you're talking about pretenders, about the Cleveland Browns. I think both of these teams are pretenders. I don't think either of them. I know, they're whatever winning games. You can't sell me on both these two teams. I can't be sold on these two teams.
So you're taking the Browns over both of these teams?
Yes. Even though the Raiders won in Cleveland, that was a slop game. Could have gone either way. The Raiders just had, the ball bounced their way that game. That's why they won by 10 points. I still think the Browns are better than both of these teams, and the Browns beat the Colts. Just unfortunate that day.
Ronnie, who's your pick to click this game if you were to have to pick one?
Pick to click on the Colts Raiders?
Colts Raiders.
Oh, it goes down on the quarterbacks. It's David Carr against Phillip Rivers. It's whoever plays better that day against whatever defense, for sure.
I think that's fair. Ron.
I'm going to take the Colts defense. I think they're going to step up to the plate and dominate this football game from the get. But again, they're in LV. I wish there was fans in that hockey puck, the Death Star. I'm trying to think of anything else on this game since this is our third key.
I can give you a pick to click, Mike. I can give you a pick to click. Trent Brown comes back for the Raiders on that offensive line this week.
Yeah.
They've been missing him. Now they've won without him, but I don't remember if Josh Jacobs is going to be back or not. If he is, I think that adds a whole other dynamic to this offense as well. When the Raiders are playing well, they're able to run the ball to the right side of that line behind Trent Brown. Josh Jacobs is he's a really good back there, and it opens up everything else for Derek Carr to have time to throw, similar to what we were talking about with Baker Mayfield, Ron, setting up the play action stuff, get guys open downfield. So that's my pick to click is Josh Jacobs and Trent Brown coming back this week, being a dynamic piece to that offense to open up some other things.
Yeah, Devontae Booker did nothing last week, fantasy-wise and on the field-wise. Everyone had Devontae Booker high on they were going to go into New York and just destroy him, but no, they need Josh Jacobs, and then you're right, they need Trent Brown in that O-line because that O-line has been the staple of that team over the past 2-3 seasons. I think that's it for that one. Jets. Or sorry, yeah. We got anything else on the Colts Raiders?
No, that's it. That's my pick to click. It'll be a good one.
All right. There we go for that one. Jets at Seahawks. Seahawks coming off a devastating loss.
That's Seahawks.
Yeah.
I get the Seahawks in this
All
one.
right, let's move on.
I get the Seahawks. Oh, gosh.
Packers at Lions.
Packers, Aaron Rodgers MVP.
Oh, stop it. The Honolulu Blue, baby. They're at home. They're at Ford Field. They're ready to go. Big win last weekend. Matthew Stafford tossing the ball all around. We got TJ Hawkinson open. We got Marvin Jones Jr. open. Is DeAndre Swift going to come back? Doesn't matter because AP's running like it's 2008, baby. He's running a couple touchdowns 2 weeks in a row. Got him on the fantasy.
It's only against the Bears.
He did it against the Texans, too.
I know.
He had like 8 rushes for like 11 yards and 2 scores.
He destroyed the Bears this season. Just destroyed them. But I hate the Packers so much.
I know you do.
I'm gonna take the Packers. I hate both of these teams. I don't even want Ron. What do you got?
I got 15 seconds remaining time on this Zoom call,
Yeah, I know.
but I'm still picking the Packers.
All right, Saints at Eagles. Eagles moving on to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts looked good against the Packers, as good as he could have been. He was running for his life. Carson Wentz, bust. Yes, he was a bust. Give me the Saints in this game. Give me Taysom Hill. Drew Brees, Taysom Hill, we don't know. Probably Drew Brees, but here's a stat for you, Ronnie and Nate. Said this on the fantasy show. These Saints are 8-0 the last 2 years without Drew Brees. Think about that. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm going to take my Eagles. This is my upset of the week this week.
Oh, my
Jalen Hurts,
gosh.
You get the new QB bump, new starting QB bump for the Eagles. Taysom Hill is due for a game where things just go awry. I think this is the week. I got the Eagles in a tight one. Eagles.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I have family in Philadelphia, and they're all about to jump out of a window because the Eagles have been so bad this year. But Carson Wentz, I feel bad for him. I don't think they have any weapons. That team is not a good football team, just in general. Their defense is okay. Slay, not bad, but hasn't played well the last 2 weeks. And they got this Singleton guy who from the CFL got long hair. He's all over the field. Flies all over the field, unbelievable. But they're just not good. Like, and they have no O-line. They did not protect that man for his life this year. I don't think it was Wentz's fault. And if you go, I went on the Eagles Instagram because Doug Peterson said something about him today because they made the switch, and people were like, you didn't even protect this guy. This is your fault. This is there's that sound effects clip from NFL Films. It's like Doug Peterson saying, "Oh, as long as we don't screw him up."
I said that to Nate 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, they like. I mean, Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts is really their answer.
No.
Obviously, you make moves in the NFL to get people watching you again. And the Eagles been whatever they are 3-9-1 now, 3-8-1.
Yeah.
People are pissed. You're gonna watch now because see what Jalen Hurts can do. I don't think Jalen Hurts is their answer. I think they have bigger problems than the quarterback, and that's from watching them a couple times this season.
Agreed.
I think that's fair, Ron. Upset pick of the week for a reason.
Right.
It'd be
You need one.
You're wrong.
You need one.
Nate, you did – okay, I'll give you that. You did pick the football team this week to beat the Steel.
I did. I did pick the football team. I am proud of that pick. Can we go 2 in a row?
Yeah, I love the football team. Ron Rivera, Antonio Gibson, Alex Smith. What a story. Moving on to the Falcons-Chargers, another yikes.
Whoa.
I said last week, I don't know how the Chargers are losing this much, but they told they said, Mike, this is why. And
it all made sense.
They went out and played the Patriots. This team needs a lot. They, like Dan said, they need a new coach. They need to clean house. They have Justin Herbert. I think he is their answer. That guy is showing out week in and week out, and they got no wins to show for it. Sorry, they have 2 wins to show for it. But they're playing the Falcons. Give me the Falcons in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers, Mike. I'm going to disagree with you again. It's a little disagree week here on the Sunday slate. I think that it was a bad week against a coach that can game plan for just about anybody in this league, and it can expose a rookie quarterback. And I think that's what he did. I think he exposed a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think Justin Herbert still might win the Rookie of the Year in this league. And I think the Chargers grab a win. The Falcons are up and down for me. Up and down. I think we get a down week out of the Falcons. The Chargers kind of put it together. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have to explain myself to you, Mike.
Whatever.
Chargers.
Whatever.
I got the Chargers too. Falcons.
All right.
I agree with you, Nate. Too inconsistent, and the worst hands team in the NFL. The Atlanta Falcons have the worst hands. But Chargers at home again. Opposite theory. Atlanta flying across the country to see the Chargers in LA. I think Chargers.
Okay.
Whatever. Falcons win this game. Washington at 49ers. Give me the football team. They're my second favorite team in the NFL right now because my Bears are just something else. Give me the football team and give me a shootout between them and the Giants for the NFC East. The 49ers just got talk about air raided by Josh Allen last week.
Oof.
Josh Allen could throw the football 900 miles an hour wherever he wants it. Give me Washington in this game at San Francisco.
Yeah, I like the football team in this one as well. Antonio Gibson's phenomenal out of the backfield.
He's amazing.
Did anybody else see Mike Tomlin's clip when he's talking to Chase Young on Monday Night Football? It was something like he's like pretty much complimenting Chase Young that he's a good player, but he's like, I hope we're never bad enough that I could draft a player like you. Like kind of taking a shot at the Redskins too.
Yeah,
the football team taking a shot at the football team. That's my bad. That is my bad. They're not
Washington. They're not the Redskins. They're the Washington football team.
They're the football team. But a little shot there. But the football team make a little run into the playoffs this year. Might dabble and see what happens over at FedEx Stadium.
Football team can play football.
They can play a little bit. They're a football team.
I think the best play I've ever seen was last night when Alex Smith took the ball with the seconds running off the clock in the second half, took the ball off the field, and they had to stop the clock to get a new ball and to kick that field goal before halftime. I think that's the smartest play I've ever seen in my life.
That was awesome.
But that D-line in D.C. is crazy. So I'm going with the football team as well. I know they're traveling across country. It's been my thing this game, traveling across country, not good, but I don't think the 49ers are very good. Football team, Washington.
Nate, we have now turned to a Dolphins podcast.
Yes, we have.
A Dolphins show, and we are a Redskins show.
Football team.
The football team. I say it every week. If you're a football team fan or a Dolphins fan, this is the place to go. We will pick those teams. All right, last game on the slate. Did I skip the Dolphins?
You did. I was just thinking that as you said it. Chiefs-Dolphins. Circle back.
Chiefs.
Circle back.
Let's circle back. Chiefs-Dolphs, huh? I'm taking the Dolphs.
Fins up, baby. This is a Fins up podcast.
This is a Fins up podcast.
I'm going against the grain. I'm a guest. I don't have to be a part of the Dolphin podcast. I'm going with Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill is unbelievably fast. And he can do backflips in the end zone. That's crazy. The Chiefs are just –
I saw a video of him racing Terrell Owens and Chad Johnson. And, Terrell Owens, we talk about him for a second. Dude's in phenomenal shape. He literally said after he raced Tyreek Hill, put me in the league right now, I would be top 10. And I was like, yikes, Terrell. But Tyreek could fly. You're right. Give me the Fins because we are a Fins podcast. Fins with Fitzpatrick. They're sticking with Fitzpatrick, correct?
That's the thing. Who knows? Chiefs, you're going to get consistent, and they're one of the best teams. Dolphins, it's a soap opera over there. I have no idea what's going on.
I think after that weird game against Denver, they could slip up. I think a time to slip up is now before you head into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the time is now to slip up. I think the Dolphins are playing for a lot. Dolphins still a little bit in the hunt for that AFC East. Now, Bill's starting to create a little separation there. But give me the Dolphins in this one. I love the Dolphins. The dual threat quarterback system. You got Fitzmagic on one side. You got two on another. You don't know who you're going to see. Fins up. They're both throwing the ball down the field.
Yeah. That brings
Get
us
on board.
to our last game.
Can't.
Sorry, we have four top or we said we had three. We have four. Give me an 8. Steelers at Bills. Ronnie, start.
Okay, Steelers, 3 games in 12 days. Now they couldn't practice, couldn't have team meetings, whatever, because of COVID. You know, I'm a Browns fan, but I don't mind the Steelers. Buffalo, another team like Cleveland, you know, doesn't get a lot of respect. It's going to be a really good game. But I got the Steelers in a close one. I think they got a full week. I think they got a full week to prepare. Regular week. I got the Steelers in a close one.
I think I was wrong. I said I wasn't for real about the Browns because I did watch their first game of the year, and I watched that Steelers game.
Oh yeah.
So like at that point, I was like, they were 8-3. I'm like, yeah, but they played the good teams and see what happens. But I mean, you're right. They've changed their complete complexion. But circle back. What were you gonna say, Ronnie?
They throw all the time now. They don't run anymore. That's their only downfall. They have no run game. Le'Veon Bell. Losing Le'Veon Bell hurt them way more than
people thought.
They have no running back threat.
But
Juju Smith-Schuster, obviously really good. Ebron, even though he talks a lot of S, he's still a decent tight end. Like they have weapons. They just have no run game. They threw, I think, 51 times yesterday.
Personally,
that's absurd.
Personally, I think TJ Watt is the best defender in football right now. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of controversy for that, but I did write that in the blog. He is my number one. I think that defense is stout. I think this game is going to be awesome. But seeing how they played against the Skins, the football team, I want to pick the Steelers. But we're in the Steelers. I'm picking Josh Allen and the Bills for the reason I said the game before. Nate, Josh Allen's got a rifle on his shoulder, and he can fit balls wherever he wants. The Bills are here, and they're here to stay. Bills Mafia, when the fans can come back, I cannot wait to see it. I know you're eager to say something, Nate.
Steelers still going to win the Super Bowl. Bills this weekend. I got the Bills. I got the Bills in this one. Hosting the Steel Curtain. Josh Allen, sling it around, young man. Sling it around the field, baby. Let's go. Give me the Bills.
I have the Steelers making the Super Bowl as well. But I think they lose this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree. I think the Steelers come back, make a statement from last week, and actually win. But the thing about the AFC is the good teams, like the elite teams, the better teams, are still beatable. Obviously, we saw that with Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Denver taking Kansas City, towards the end there. If Drew Lock doesn't throw a pick, who knows? But that's the thing about this. And the thing about the AFC this year, Buffalo, Cleveland, all these, these teams that haven't been good now get, these fan bases getting into it. And now it's kind of open. Chiefs were dominant last year. Obviously New England, dominant team, not there, not the same anymore. So the AFC it could be anybody. It really could be anybody. The NFC is a little bit different. I think it's either the Saints or the Packers. But the AFC is more of a toss-up than just the Steelers and the Chiefs, I think.
100%. What an incredible long show.
Wow.
A lot of
fun, though.
Our longest show, a ton of fun. Ronnie, it's been an absolute pleasure. We got Iowa, North Carolina going. We got ACC Big Ten Challenge going.
They're blowing it, Mike. They're blowing it.
I just wanted, before we get off, quick announcement here. Please follow us on all platforms. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bar on YouTube. It's right here. Click it. So you're the first one to get the notifications when the videos drop. We are on Apple and Spotify podcasts. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok. I don't know if I said, obviously, YouTube. And follow our blogs on our website, FanNoiseSports.com. We're getting our shop up. We're getting some merch going soon. Real exciting things. Ronnie, Got any final words, man? It's been a pleasure.
I wish we had another 45 minutes to talk more about some other stuff. But yeah, football, crazy game. All I gotta say is Cleveland Browns. It's unbelievable. Don't look too far ahead. You gotta look week by week. Kevin Stefanski says week by week, fellas. And you know what? I'm a fan. I'm not even part of the team. I wish I was Waterboy, but I'm looking week by week too. Let's see if they can beat the Ravens. And who knows? Like I said, toss up in the AFC. But go Browns. That's all.
Who knows what those boys can do? Who knows?
Who knows?
Ronnie,
I love the Browns. I'm sorry. I just love it. I hope to God, they make the playoffs and win a playoff game. Like that would be unbelievable. For
when
this
they
2020 year of craziness.
When they do, you will be on 100%. When they win a playoff game, you'll be our first guest. All right, Nate signing off. Ronnie signing off. It's been a pleasure. FanNoise.
Lined up in the slot on 4th and 11.